Lovely people, welcome. So today is going to be a flow to restore style class. So we'll do some more sort of flowy, dynamic movement, vinyasa sort of style stuff. Actually, there's kind of a fun thing today. We're going to move around the mat in a circle, which I think will be nice. So if you have the space, if you've got a little bit of space to the either side of your mat, will be really, really helpful. And we're going to start with a little bit of a meditation as we settle. It's actually one I've taken from this fabulous book. I think I've read it here once before, which is The Book of Awakening from Mark Nepo. It's a cracker. And also one I definitely recommend if you're looking to find just like little meditative practices to bring it into every day, because it has a different meditation for every single day of the year. But the one for today feels very, very relevant, I think, for potentially what a lot of us are going through with what's going on in the world. I read it just a few moments ago and it seemed kind of perfect. So I'm going to share that today before we get into movement. So start to get yourself nice and comfortable. For today, if you have got some blocks or block substitutes, that would be lovely, and any form of bolster or pillowy stuff will be great when we get into more restorative stuff as well. But once you've got yourself set up, start to find the posture that you'd like to begin in, whether it's a lying down place, seated place, propped up with as many sort of lovely cushions, blankets, all the goods as you like. As you're kind of getting yourself settled, feel free to take any movements that are helpful, whether they are big movements or little movements. I don't know if you'll have heard that click from my shoulder. It was a good one. All right. When it feels like the right moment, just beginning to invite yourself to start to land in your space as we come towards practice. You can close the eyes or just gently lower them. But we begin, as always, with just a little bit of time, firstly, to begin to land here. You can give yourself that permission just to gently loosen your grip from your day so far, your morning so far, and choosing to give yourself this time. If the mind feels busy, as it often does, especially if we've been busy beforehand, first just giving yourself the space to notice that. If there are thoughts that need to finish themselves, you can kind of let them run off, let them finish. And then just gently, gently beginning to collect your awareness. You can start to notice the flow of breath in and out the body. And just gently beginning to gather your awareness on that breath. The breath working as this feeling tool and this focusing tool. Just beginning to notice yourself firstly in this moment. Our practice is a practice of connection and a practice of care. So perhaps seeing if those things could gently start to be invited in the way that you just start to land or sort of notice yourself here. Welcoming in the wholeness of your experience today. Perhaps just a gentleness in the way that you might meet yourself here. So this practice I'm going to share with you today titles itself, The Next Moment of Love. There's a quote from Thomas Merton, to allow oneself to be carried away in a multitude of conflicting concerns, to surrender to too many demands, to commit oneself to too many projects, to want to help everyone in everything, is to succumb to violence. The frenzy of the activist neutralizes his or her work for peace. Merton wisely challenges us not just to slow down, but at the heart of it, to accept our limitations. We are at best filled with the divine, but we only have 2 hands and 1 heart. In a deep and subtle way, the want to do it all is a want to be it all, and though it comes from a desire to do good, it often becomes frenzied because our egos seize our goodness as a way to be revered. I have done this many times, not wanting to say no, not wanting to miss an opportunity, not wanting to be seen as less than totally compassionate. But wherever I cannot bring my entire being, I am not there. It's like offering to bring too many cups of coffee through a crowd. I always spill something hot on some innocent along the way. Helen Luke speaks to all of this when she talks of the trap of good works. She refers to, quoting, those who take refuge from themselves in an unreflected pursuit of good, pouring all their energy into the redemption of society and other people, whilst blind to their own personal darkness. It seems the old adage is a place to start. Do one thing and do it well. Though I would offer it as, do one thing at a time and do it entirely, and it will lead you to the next moment of love. So from here, just gently continue to center yourself on your breath and think of the many kindnesses that you feel called to do. As you breathe, let your heart glow around 1. Without thinking, pray for the others, but devote yourself today to the 1. Okay, from here we're going to come into a little bit of movement. I found that practice really resonated with me and a lot of my experiences on a day-to-day basis as well as on a larger scale basis. So hopefully some of that may have resonated with you. We'll take time now to move, and then we'll slow the movement down for the more restorative part of the class. And then I'll bring us back to that meditation as we close. So we're going to take a couple sighs just to find a little bit of release. Your next inhale, let's start to fill the lungs. Sigh it out, let it go. Two more like that, big breath. If you'd like to, you can let the jaw drop, really let it go. One more full breath in. Let it go. From where you are, let the breath return. And we're going to gently ease into some movement. So, from the position you're in, just inviting some movement into the body, whether that's fingers, toes, shoulders. If it feels okay, you can keep the breath with you as you just start to welcome yourself to the body. As always, absolutely no right or wrong. Just allowing yourself to start to ease into feeling, into sensation. If you want to continue to expand that, if you haven't already, maybe involving the arms, whether they want to go above the head, out to the sides. You could take knees into your chest if you've been lying down. Just 2 more breaths to move in your own way. And at the end of those 2 breaths, we're going to make our way to a tabletop position. So as we're going to be taking a little bit of a circle in our flow today, I'm going to begin it facing the camera, so on the long edge of my mat. If that is helpful for you, feel free to be on the long edge of your mat as well. So we're going to begin by taking the right leg out to the side, and this is going to stay on the right leg for this round. We're going to inhale here. And as you exhale, just gently starting to drop your hips towards your back heel. So you can have the spine really dome, press down through the outer edge of your right foot. Take a breath just to find the sensations there. Start to ease yourself in. And slowly coming through center, walk the hands just a little further forwards. We're going to drop the hips towards the wrist, kind of like a sleepy up dog. Now press through the heel of your right foot. And then we exhale back. Now we're going to start to roll up. So we're kind of standing on the left knee. Inhale. Drawing the arms out wide. So you exhale, right hand's going to go down towards the right leg, starting to open into the side of the body. You can press through the big toe and think of turning the heart up. 1 more breath. We're going to circle the arm as you exhale, left hand down. Start to make your way back to that T shape. Now we're going to switch sides. So left hand goes down, right arm reaches over. We start to make this long line in the body. Press the hips gently forwards. Again, turn the heart up. Again, we're going to circle the hand. So circle it down. Again, that brings us up. Now this right foot, we're going to start to step forwards. You can tuck the back toe for stability. Step it forwards, Anjaneyasana. Drop the hips, inhale, sweep up the arms. Gonna keep easing into the shoulders. You can take a bit of movement here if you like. If you like, it could be a little bit of a pulse if that feels good. Just see if you can challenge yourself to keep the breath steady. And then we're gonna start to repeat all of that again. So we're gonna turn towards the left shoulder. Left shin's gonna go back. Straighten the right leg and look, ta-da! Take the hands down. Drop the hips, exhale. You can move side to side if you like. Start to come forwards, hands can come further forwards. Dropping the hips, lifting the chest. Exhale it back. We're going to slowly start to peel up to upright arms, come to that T. As you exhale, it's going to be right down to right, left arm up and over. Full breath, lift up the sides of the waist. Exhale, circle the hand down. Bring the arms back to a T. Second side, left hand down, right arm up and over. We inhale. Exhale, circle it round. Inhale draws us back up to that T shape. Now a little different this time. We're going to interlace the hands back behind us. See if we can keep this here as we start to step the right foot forwards. Might make you wobble. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hips. Inhale, lift the heart. If you want to move, you can move. You can kind of shimmy. Some of us, we might rest the hands to the glutes. They might go to the thigh or even the ground. 1 more breath. Slowly start to release. We're going to make our turn. So left shin goes behind you. Straighten the leg. Hands go down. We start again. Inhale. Exhale, hips back to your heel. This time we're going to add a couple more things in. Inhale, come back forwards. Starting to drop the hips to the hands. Inhaling. And then we're going to meet in that T shape, drawing the arms up. So options, you can stay exactly where we were, taking the right hand down, left arm up, or if you would like to explore going a little deeper, right hand could go to the ground. You can keep turning the left hand. Some of us might even start to reach towards the toe. One more breath. Slowly we shift. Inhale, second side, left hand down. Again, we're going to sweep up the right hand. So again, you can stay here. If you wanted to explore something different, tuck the right foot in a little bit, press through the ground, and we can play with floating the left knee. One more breath. Exhale down. Slowly back to that T shape. Now we take our step. See if we can step the right foot forward. Anjaneyasana, dropping down the hips. We're going to circle the hands this time. Inhale. Exhale, circle back. Elbows can be bent or straight. One more like that. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale. Now we're going to take both hands onto your front thigh. I'm going to take it a bit wider so you can see me. And then you can stay there. Or if you'd like to, bend up the back foot. You can even reach the left hand back towards it. Just one more breath, drawing that in towards the glute. Releasing. Last little turn, we turn the left foot back in, hands to the ground. This time something different. We're going to inhale the left arm up, thread the needle variation. Exhale, left side of the head and the shoulder working their way down towards the ground. From here, we'll peel up the right arm. You can stay. Or you can work with taking the hand around your back. One more breath. Slowly we release. Taking yourself back to all fours. We'll briefly drop the hips forwards. If you'd like to, tuck the toe, lift the knee, and then back. Roll up. Inhale. Again, exhale, side stretch. You can do the same thing again. Oh, excuse me, or you can work the hand down to the foot. Slowly we come up. One more option this time. We're going to exhale, left hand down. So you can keep it as it is, supported side plank. You could go to that side plank variation we were just in, floating the left leg, or we can switch over the feet. So you take the left foot down, full side plank, or you can start to float your right leg. Now options, you can keep it there, or you can ground the left heel, start to take the right hand to your foot or to the toe. You might want to wiggle your left foot in a little bit. And you can play with extending up the leg for your Vashisthasana. Now it's going to be a bit of a back bend, so think of lifting up the heart. If you went to Vashisthasana B with the leg lifted, you take the right foot back down, left knee back down. We're all going to meet back. Inhale. Last Anjaneyasana. Step the right foot forward, drop down the hips. You can stay here. You can reach up the arms, or if you'd like to, this time it's an up and over. 2 breaths. One more. Slowly release. Our last little turn, left foot goes round. Ta-da, we did it. Slowly hands to the ground. Take yourself to your tabletop. Just take a moment to ease that out. Any little movements, whether you want to take free movement or take your cat-cow. We're going to take a down dog between sides, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Inhale. Sigh it out. We'll start our second side. Drop down the knees. This time it will be left leg to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the hips back. Chin to chest dome. Notice if the sides of the body feel a little different. Inhale forwards. Drop your hips, lift the heart. Okay, slowly start to come back to neutral. Rising to stand on the right knee. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, left hand comes down. Right arm goes up and over. Circle the hand out. Inhale through that T shape. Switching sides. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Turning the heart, one more breath. Circling the hand. And then we slowly gonna step that left foot forwards. Drop the hips, lift the hands. Now you can either take your free movement if you like. I've been doing one like this in class this week and calling it party arms. Party arms. You can interlace your hands. You can press the fingers back. Just one more breath. And then we start to turn. So we release. This time the right shin's gonna go back. Re-extend the left leg. Hands to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hips back. Inhale, coming forwards. Dropping the hips. Inhale through center. Rising up to stand on the knee. Really start to flow with the breath. Left hand comes down, right arm up and over. Maybe you sink a little deeper, circle the hand. Back through that T shape. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Exhale, pause, heart to the ceiling, squeeze glutes. Slowly circle. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, this time we're going to interlace the hands back behind us. Might make me wobble a little more. Slowly step the foot forward, surprisingly hard. Drop your hips, lift the chest, inhale. Again, hands might be on the glutes. They could be down on your thigh or down to the ground. One more breath. Slowly start to release. Now we turn, taking the shin back. We're going to take the hands down to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hips. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, hips to hands. Maybe you float the back knee. Inhale. Start to coming up to stand on the knee. And then again, options. You can do the same thing again, left hand down. Or explore taking the hand to the ground, bend the arm. Some of us maybe hand towards the foot. Slowly release, unravel. Second side, right hand down, left arm up. You can stay if you're going for that side plank. Turn the left toes in and you can work on floating the right knee. One more breath. We slowly release. We come up. And then we're stepping left foot forwards in front of us, dropping the hips, this time both hands onto your thigh. Now you can stay here, or there's the option to peel up the back foot. 2 breaths. Breathing into the sensations. Slowly we let it release. Right shin turns in, last one. Hands to the ground, a little different this time. Thread the needle, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand comes underneath. Working the shoulder or the side of the head to the ground. You can stay, you can peel up the left hand, or you can take it around the back. 2 breaths. Slowly unraveling. From here, I'm going to come back up. T-shape, left hand down, right arm up and over, and then back. This time, option for your Vashisthasana B variation. So inhaling the arm up, you might stay here. If you turn the toes in, you can work on floating the right foot. If you're going to go Vashi B, then you can take the feet down. Then you're going to want to flatten that right foot, so bend your knee a little bit. Take the left knee up, think of a back bend. You can stay or you can work a bind, big toe or your heel, and then work on straightening both the legs. One more breath. Take it back the way you came. We're all going to meet with the right knee back down, left leg extended. We come up. Last one, step the left foot forwards, drop the hips. You can stay, or you can go arms up and over. It could look like this. You could start to bend your elbows, squeeze the elbows in, or you can bend up the back foot and start to journey the hands back. 2 breaths. Slowly release. Take that right shin in. We did it. Take the knees back together. take a moment, drop the hips to your heels. Hands can be anywhere that feels comfortable. If you'd like a mudra, you could take hands to the body, or you could take thumb to first finger, chi mudra. Let's take 3 steady breaths, ujjayi or otherwise. Okay, now take your time. We're going to make our way to standing, and we're going to kind of keep facing this long edge of the mat today, staying with the theme. So once you've got to standing, we're going to play with a warrior 2. So start to turn your right foot out to, I don't really know if it's the top or the bottom of your mat, but to one of the smaller edges of the mat. Think of pressing the hips gently forwards. They're going to the long edge, and then bringing the arms out to a T. Soften the gaze forwards. Inhale. Similar to what we did, flip open the front palm, take it up and over the head, inhale. Exhale, circle that hand down and round. We're going to inhale. Now this time turn your left foot out. We're going to exhale, straighten the right leg. Start to drop down your hips for your Skandasana. Lifting up the heart, inhale. Look where you want to go, and then we're going to come back forwards. Warrior 2. One more like that, exhaling it down. Inhaling back. And then this time, extended side angle. So bending into your front leg, right forearm can down to the thigh, left arm up and over the head. Options to stay here. Options to take right hand down to the ground or down to one of your blocks. So that takes you a little deeper into the hips. Keep bending the knee. If you want to go deeper into the chest, you can take the left hand around your back. One more breath. If you want a full bind, you can full bind. Start to take the right hand underneath, left hand reaching the fingertips towards one another. Then we're going to go for a bird of paradise variation. So if you're in your bind, keep it. Excuse me. If you're with me, you're going to take right hand under the knee, look to your front big toe. I'm going to step the left foot up, whole way up. Shift your weight to the left. Slowly start to peel that right knee out to the side. Find somewhere to soften your gaze. If you can work on extending up the leg. If you're very, very comfortable there and you were in the bind, you can start to go to your needle. So what that would look like, hoping I don't fall over, would be you start to switch your grip. So you're going to take your left hand onto the outside of your left foot, and then you're working on extending the leg and peeling that up and over. You've got to bend your left elbow. One more breath. Come down from your variation. Both feet back down. Release any of your binds. You can take your block out to the side if you were using it. We're going to step the left leg back. And now turning the toes, wide-legged forward fold. Interlace the hands back behind you. Inhale, lifts the chest. And exhales to fold. 2 breaths here. Chin to chest, feel like you're trying to look to your belly button. Pressing through the big toes. If you like, you can slightly pigeon toe the feet for more support. And we're going to slowly bring the hands down towards the ground. So lots of options. You can work with a little bit of a sway here, side to side. If you'd like to, you can work your headstand preparation, your tripod, or I'm going to take us towards our pincher press from here. So if you're comfortable to have forearms on the ground, you can take them down. Then we work a little bit of a rock forwards. Think of looking to your hands, coming to your tiptoes, and exhaling back. Might look something like that for today. If it starts to get more comfortable, you're thinking lifting the chest, lift, 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 pointing the feet to lift off the legs. If that's comfortable, you can hollow back, start to drop the chin towards your chest, use your fingers to balance, and then you can draw the knees in, squeeze the feet together. Wherever you've been, we're going to meet back in forward fold. So see if you can get there slowly. Take the hands to the ground if they're not there already. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale down. Second side. Slowly come up to upright. Turn the left foot so it faces top or bottom of your mat, however you want to look at it. And start to take the hips to the long edge of your mat, warrior two. Arms can come out nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale, press through the big toes, soften the eyes. Gonna start to flip the front palm, take it up and over the head. Inhale. Gonna find that circle again as we circle the hand down. Back to our T shape. Now we're working that Skandasana transition. So straighten your front leg, turn the back toes out. We start to drop the hips towards your back heel. It looks really different in different people's bodies. It might look something like this. Inhale back, warrior two. Or you might be dropping the hips a little lower. Either one is great. As long as you're getting some sensation into your body, you are in the right place. One more time forward. One more time back. This time as you come forwards, we start to find our extended side angle. Left forearm down to the thigh, right arm up and over. 2 breaths here. Again, you can stay, or you can play with options. So you might be using a block, hand coming down to a block by your front foot. You might be taking the hand around your back. 2 more breaths. If you're bound, take your bind. I'm going to demo with the bind this time. If you're unbound, left hand underneath the knee. So you're going to look towards your left foot. We step the right foot up, shift your weight onto the right foot, and then we're slowly pressing down through the right foot and drawing the left knee up. You can extend your leg. If you're going for that needle stretch, then right hand comes to the outside of your foot. It's a wobbly one. Work on peeling up and over. Okay, wherever you've been, you let that release. Step your right foot back. Wide-legged forward fold. Okay, we're going to take a bit of a twist. So inhale the arms out. Exhale to fold. Fingertips come down to the ground, and then we're going to journey the right hand towards your left ankle. From here, start to look to the left shoulder. Think about your head going forwards. So you're very welcome to stay here. If you feel like there's more space for you, this left hand can start to reach like it was trying to find your right ankle. So you can either fold chin to chest, or again, if you think there's some more space, it's like you're trying to look under your left armpit to kind of peel yourself around, and then try square the hips. One more breath. Slowly unravel, come back up to upright. Inhale. Give the shoulders some movement. Second side. Inhale. Exhale, fold. This time left hand goes down to your right ankle. You can stay here, hand around your back, trying to lift the chest up. Or again, right hand can go to left ankle. You can stay thinking chin to chest, or you peel round like you're trying to look under the right armpit. Try square your hips. One more breath. We let it release. And now we're going to take ourselves down to the ground. So many options. You can sit down, which is a great way. You can take that pincher press into your Samakonasana down. I'm going to demo through a bit of a handstand press. So you take your hands under your shoulders, you're gripping through the fingers, and you're looking just past your fingertips. Inhale. The exhale is what's going to help you lift. So you come up straddle, then you're going to slowly look forwards to think of doming the spine to take yourself down. All right, hopefully you made it to the ground. From here, we're going to start to wind it down. So we're going to begin with a Baddha Konasana. Take the soles of the feet together and make sure you have got your bolster handy. So this one again is one that looks quite different in different people's bodies. So one of my favorite ways to take it isn't always the most glam looking, but it feels wonderful. It's kind of propping your bolster up, and then letting your forehead rest onto it, and you can release the hands down. See how this feels? If you are a person where you're a little naturally more low down, you can always kind of hug onto your bolster. If that's a little too low, feel free to take a couple blocks, stack yourself up. So from here, we are just gently inviting the energies of the practice to start to soften, to start to transition. So it's quite normal in this moment as kind of the heat and the fire of our movement start to find their way out, to feel kind of busy, to feel perhaps a little bit of a whirring energetically. You can just be present. Allow yourself to kind of feel this perhaps mixture of feelings. And just see if there might be a practice at the center of it that you can be attentive to. A carving out of a space, a kind of grounding within you on the breath. If the head is turned to one side and you want to neutralize the neck, feel free. Another 3 breaths here. Seeing if you can start to connect a little with the sensations of support, the ground beneath you, your props, and inviting your body, inviting yourself to have this feeling of being held, allowing it to be held there. When you're ready, you can start to let that release. We're going to take our release in a sort of Shavasana shape, or it can be any other shape that you prefer. So extending the body out nice and long. And this is your space just to simply observe. Every time the mind wanders, it's okay. The mind thinks. We need it to think. It's important. So we don't need to kind of tell it off in any big or serious way. But just each time gently catching it, drawing it back. Okay. From here, we're going to be going to a restorative twist. So you can start to peel yourself so you're sort of back seated. And this is another really nice one to have your bolster. So take the knees out to a stag position. So they're kind of in this sort of 90-90. And then your bolster is going to come. So the knees are pointing to the right on this first side, just so it's kind of in line with your right hip. From here, turn your hands, and now they're framing the bolster. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to fold towards it. One more inhale, lift. And then exhale to fold. See how it feels. If you need any more support, you can take another pillow to support your head. You can use a blanket. Or you can always lift the bolster slightly using one of your blocks or substitutes. Now, perhaps if you are a person like me, you might not be. It might often feel like the mind gets a little busier as the body slows. So maybe we can come back to that teaching that we began with. Finding this next moment of love by allowing ourselves to be totally in what we're doing. Now, that's not always going to be possible, of course. But this could be a place to gently practice that if it feels okay today. Just time and time again, allowing yourself to be here. slowly unraveling. We're going to go straight to second side this time. So you can start to turn over the legs, moving your bolster, any of your supports. Fingertips frame your bolster. If you'd like to, you can flow with the breath, place the body down. And when you're ready, starting to come back up, and we're going to close for our final posture with a supported fish pose. So again, this can be a nice one to have your bolster slightly supported. You don't have to. You can also have the bolster on the ground, but just explore what feels best for you. We're going to take the base of the spine right up to the edge of your bolster, and then we're lying the body down here. Let the arms come out nice and wide if that feels good. Soles of the feet can be to the ground, knees can be touching, legs can extend. Anything that sort of serves you here, any props, anything you need, feel free to continue to take your time to care for the body. And we're going to be here for around 2 to 3 minutes. Just our last 30 seconds here. When you feel ready, you can gently, gently start to bring yourself out the pose. I'm going to come to our Shavasana, our closing. Now that can always be any pose you like, but we're really prioritizing somewhere that is supportive and that is relatively comfortable for you. So if there are layers, socks, blankets, things you want to grab for yourself, if you've got any lights you want to turn down or anything like that, feel free just to take a little bit of time. Once you've got yourself set up, no rush, if you're still doing your thing, take any last movements, stretches, anything you need. An invitation once you arrive to take a final couple deep sighs, big breaths in, sighing it out. Take as many of those as you like. The breath symbolizing this release of the physical parts of the practice, the asana. Each practice we invite ourselves just to gently loosen our grip from them. Apagaraha, non-attachment. Allowing a releasing. We'll be here for around another 4 minutes today. If you know you'd like to stay longer, feel free to put me on pause. Take this time, truly is yours. Anytime you need grounding, you need focus, you can come back to the breath. You can take gentle movements if the body needs to move. If you like, your intention could be this releasing, this letting go, this being held. feel ready, you can just gently start to deepen your breath. Allowing the breath to start to invite a little more life back to the body. Feel free to start to welcome in any gentle movements. You can take little stretches, big stretches, hands to the body or knees into the chest. Just some time as your own here. And then when you feel ready, you can start to make your way to a seat where we will close. If you'd like to roll onto one side, traditionally that tends to be the right hand side, but see what feels good for you. Or just slowly making your way back to your seat. Once seated, lift the top of the head. Soften the shoulders. And lift the center of the chest. I'm going to bring us back just to that short little meditation that we began with. If it was something that was helpful for your practice, perhaps it could be something that continues to be helpful as you then enter into your day. It could be something you choose to kind of carry forth. So just gently centering yourself on your breath again. Think of the many kindnesses that you feel called to do. And feel the warmth and the beauty within that intention, even in its busyness. As you breathe, let your heart glow around one. Without thinking too much, pray for the others, praying without words. But devote yourself today to that one. When you feel ready to close, we'll take the hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra. Inhale here. Exhale, bows the head. Bow to your heart and your hands. Being thanks for the time and the effort you put aside to be here, to be with yourself, to be with your practice today. If you'd like to, you can extend your thanks to your body and extend your thanks to the practice and the teachings themselves. Take your time to seal your space, closing your practice down. Thank you so much, guys, as always, for sharing your practice with me. Thoughts, questions, anything you need, you know where I am. Take care of yourselves. Lots of love.